What's going on, you guys? Happy Wednesday night. Thanks for coming to the live show. I am Kurt, and I'm with Kurt's Card Care. That's me, man. Thanks for being here, you guys. I appreciate you watching. So happy 10 o'clock, man. I hope you guys are doing well. Hope everything's off to a good week. What's up, Denver? What's up, Derek? Good to see you guys. Thanks for coming out tonight. Man, everything's good. Everything's good, I'd say. Yeah, I would... It's been a good week. Tell me something. You guys got anything good going on? Anybody got some good news? Like I'll tell you something I'm proud of. It's easy for me to not be active because it's easy for me to like mess around with cards and stuff all the time. But I've been pretty good this year. I'd say something I'm proud of this summer. May, June, July, August, and so far September, I've been very disciplined of taking care of myself better and exercising. So that's something I'm proud of. I'm always enjoying working on my cards and stuff like that. We'll do those tonight. But anybody else got anything good going on? I always appreciate any inspiration or motivation, man. So if you guys got something good going on, or you guys need some good vibes or some prayers or something, man, share them. It's a happy place, and we'll make some. I'm all about rehabs, we'll make stuff look good. If you guys have never been here before, I'm Kurt. I'm a big collector, and I also like just bringing cards back and improving them a little bit. So like tonight, I'll show you what we got going on. I get pictures every day of creases or like indents and TCG stuff. So we got like this card I thought would be a good example because it's got wear and tear in the holographic area. Stuff like that, those binder dents are tough. Those are tough. Can you guys see that crease kind of like snaking through there? The back is just really dirty. My son loves this card. That's where it's one of my son's cards. And he said, hey, will you clean it up for me? I said, hey, I'll clean it up. I'll do it on the live because there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff on this one, but and like I said, you guys, I'm happy to see read some good stuff. Yeah, hey, Michelle, you're right. Tigers are playing some good baseball. Hey, thanks, you guys. The Gretzky's, I love Gretzky cards. I have like 5 or 6 of these cards now, and I always buy them in low grades and work on them. They're fun. Hey, you're Vince. Hey, Vince, let's all give Vince, man, some good vibes. Like, Vince has got his comedy show this weekend. He's standing up and doing it. Dude, Vince, go get it, man. I think stand-up comics have huge freaking... I was going to say, I guess here's peace and love. You got to have huge balls to be a comedian, man, and I respect that. So go up there and crush it, man. And, hey, Vince, if you ever got like a link to anything, dude, show me. I would love to... You get to watch me do my stuff. I'd love to see you do your stuff and offer the support back, man. That's awesome. So good job. Hey, good job, Denver. 4 miles every other day. I did a 5-mile walk yesterday with my dogs, and I love it. Man, Vinny in Colorado, getting out, enjoying nature. Do that, you guys. Seriously, man. And I'm happy that everybody's here tonight. We'll have fun. This will be a good one tonight, all right? Yo, what's up, Brett? Good to see you, buddy. Good to hear from you. Yeah, Detroit's in the house. What's up? And good job, Derek, on fixing up that CJ Stroud, man. We'll jump into it, all right, guys? So let's take a look here. And yeah, Vince, good luck, man. It's you're gonna crush it. You know what I mean? You'll do a great job. Connor, what's up, man? Good to see you. All right, guys, we got the gang here. So we'll do a couple Pokemon cards tonight. This one's in bad condition. This one's like in pretty darn good condition. So I think it's good to have. Let me get some lighting in here. I'm not a fan of my light right now. I'm particular. 1 second. That's why I always suggest you guys getting a few good lights. Like, I just couldn't see real well. All right. I think I'm better now. Now I'm covered in lighting here. But here's what I wanted you guys to see. We got some indents on the front of this one. Light. But with... got a little indent right there. Binder indent. It's just kind of dirty. So what I think that we need to do... I think I had it. Yeah, that on the back, you guys. My Pokemon collectors, that one's a tough one. But I do get... I think this Pokemon card has almost every issue that somebody will send me. So let's just clean it up first, and then I think that we're gonna have to hold the card flat. So like we'll get to it. I mean, I'll show you guys everything. So let's do it. So we're gonna do a Blaine's Charizard tonight. This is from the good old year 2000. And then we're going to do a Wayne Gretzky rookie too, okay? So hang out with me. You guys will have fun. And I promise that I'll look up at the questions as much as I can. I'm going to be obviously looking down here doing this while we're doing our show, so bear with me. Yeah, I am going to do the Gretzky last, you guys, because it's going to take me a little bit, because let me give you a quick preview. I'm going to try to get this crease out with you guys tonight, freehand. I just want to try to get that out, so stay tuned. We're going to try to do that. And it's Wednesday night. Let's have fun, man. Let's do it. Let's all take a break from all the other million things we got on our mind and got going on, and we'll watch some cards get prepped up and looking good. So the first thing I want to do on a card like this is I want to clean the front and back. And I'm going to use card spray. So let me do that, and I'll show you what I'm doing here. I'm just looking for dirt. You guys, this is how I kind of like size up almost any card. Front doesn't look dirty. It just looks kind of played and a little dented up, like these things. But the back, see like that crap. I want to see if I can get that off. Card spray is usually good at getting that off. I still can't get the best damn light, you guys. I'm trying to show you. In the daylight, this thing is filthy. Well, just take my word for it. This is how you do it. If you run into a dirty card, here's how you do it, all right? Yeah, you're right. It definitely is some sort of kid credits, because it is from my kids. And if you guys can see that, can you see the tinge of like kind of like just a yellow brown film? That was just came off it that quick. All right, so do that. That's a good move. You guys get like the you want to go after them with the card spray first to get kind of that stuff off, and then what we're gonna do is I want to polish the card. And the card's just is this not in good shape? You know, like, and I don't know how far you guys will get, but like, you see how like the top has those in it? Side has that in it. And it's like a little wonky too. So when you have that, don't, it's not a total loss. Just follow me. You know, we'll try to do the best we can on it. It is going to require a card sandwich, and we're going to have to hold it. You know what I mean? But, we'll figure it out. Oh man, you guys, did you get somebody get their ass kicked on a grading submission? Did it not come out the way you guys thought? Fill me in. I'm usually pretty accurate with what I guess. I got some back. I'll show you guys soon. They'll be coming in the next couple days. I got some PSA stuff and some SGC stuff, but I don't know if you guys, like, something that I've noticed, and I try to refrain from complaining because it just is pointless, and it's just no one wants to hear anybody complain, really, you know what I mean? But let me, I'll tell you something, like, being that I like vintage cards, and I know you guys probably like vintage, whether it's Pokemon or sports, do you guys ever look at stuff for sale that is like, great, you can tell it's in an old slab and it was graded a long time ago, and it looks, it's like, okay, I was looking at, like, for example, I was looking at cards today from 1948 Leaf, and I could tell that they were graded years ago, and they're beat up, dinged up, dirty cards, and they're like graded like 4s and 5s. And I send in cards now that are way better looking, and they get like 3s. You know, I just that's one thing that I've noticed is like the inconsistency with grading. It seems like they're getting it harder. It's like tightening up year after year after year. So, guys, I'm not going to spend a ton of time on this one, but here's what we're going to do. See, remember how you guys watched, I did the baseball card the other day that had like a wave in it? You're going to definitely run into Pokemon cards with a wave in them like that too. Mike asks the question here. Mike, are you concerned with PSA putting terms that you can't clean cards and submit? No, Mike, I'm not. I've never ever had a problem submitting cards ever. And PSA, you guys, and grading companies have always had that stance. But I don't think that I think that they just want to put that down so they don't have another thing to deal with. You know what I mean? So, but no, I've never had a problem grading cards ever. So, and I would say, you guys, just to give you you know, because there is a lot of people that will go out there and say, oh, you can't clean a card, it's going to get altered. It's not true, you guys. I have, fortunately, thousands and thousands of customers around the country and around the world, and if it was a big deal, I'd be hearing about it, you know what I mean? So I don't know why grading companies can't be a little bit more progressive and learn that many collectors like to prep cards and clean cards. And I'm not sitting here teaching you guys how to color them and cut them and trim them and screw around. We're talking about like cleaning them up. You know what I mean? So whatever. But no, don't. And remember, you guys, like, PSA is a grading company. They're not the like beacon or North Star of how to collect cards. You know what I mean? They sell you a plastic case with a number on the corner. So like, just, you know, if you're newer to the hobby or whatever, when they came out, nobody liked them either. And still a lot of people don't like them. You like them when you get a good grade. That's pretty much what PSA, people like those companies for. You know what I mean? And if you get a shit grade, they suck and you hate them, and their graders suck and the grader's having a bad day. And we make all these excuses and stuff for them. You know what I mean? It's like, it's the company that sells you plastic, you know, with a number on the corner. So don't worry about it. You're allowed to clean your cards. So so now you guys, the next step here would be, I want to see if we can get these wrinkles and dents and stuff like that out. You know what I mean? And another thing, you guys, too, since like we'll say this, like any professional grading company, you know, they I like that they can authenticate a card. I like that they can call out fake ones. They do some good stuff, but you know, the thing that they do that we care about the most is getting a number on the top right corner. That's the part they're the worst at. You know what I mean? So, you know, if PSA or Beckett or any of these companies disappeared tomorrow, I'm still buying cards and I'm still trading them and I'm still cleaning them up and I'm still going to show you guys how to do it. I don't need PSA or whatever to be a card collector. They found their niche years ago and then kind of took over, like they assumed the role of, you know, we set the standard of how you collect cards, you know. So whatever. I'm here because I like cards. So let's do this. I'm going to next to you guys put a little bit of card spray on this mat, and we're going to hold this for just a couple days. I'm going to show you something. So we're going to do a little spray, card spray right there. And I'm just going to, it's a little bit awkward for me to do on camera, guys. So I'm just doing it behind the camera. I'm going to do the same thing over here, and I'm going to show you one thing. Okay, so you see what I'm doing, you guys? I'm just lightly moving around the card spray like that, and I'm going to do the same thing on this side too. So just that little light amount of spray right there. I know it's gonna dry quick, you guys, so I gotta move a little bit quicker, but here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna put the Pikachu in there and we're gonna hold it. And I'm gonna have to show you guys this one tomorrow. And I'm gonna, hopefully, we'll get some of those dings and dents and little creases out of it. Yeah, vents. I'm reading because you know what? Like, I have a feeling that whoever, you know, it's funny. I've been in the hobby almost my whole life, and I'm 42 years old. I never was a guy that followed like the grading companies or wanted to know the people's names that owned them or worked there or anything like that. I didn't even know anything about them until they wanted to know all about me, really. And it just seems like a company that does these grading companies seem like the entrepreneurs that made them have left a long time ago. You know, as an entrepreneur and as a person that takes a lot of pride in running a business, and I love customer service and I love working with you guys, I feel like these companies, man, all they care about is writing big old policies to make you sound like you're following all these rules. Like, nothing's written to a collector. It's all legalese. It's all a bunch of scare tactics. And then the only thing I see is it's more money to grade. You know what I mean? But we're going to find out a bunch of ways to keep raising our rates. It'd be cool if the entrepreneurs that built those places were still around and active. I think that they would have probably a different take, because I assume those people were actually collectors and probably people that really the people that owned it. And then when you sell it off or someone else takes over, it's always it's never the same. It's never as good. You know what I mean? So we're going to hold on to this one. Okay, guys? So let's do this. All right. So yeah, companies like that, man. Anything that's big and huge and anymore is like, let's figure out a way to like lower our cost and charge as much as we can, and that's it. You know what I mean? And that's what we need to remind ourselves of. Like at the end of the day, you guys, these are your cards. They're not somebody else's. You know, and I get it. You want to get them graded, you can clean them. They're fine. You'll get them graded. But like I've always said, you know, I never had a problem with prepping cards or cleaning cards, but I definitely have boundaries. I wouldn't want you to go out and trim these up or paint them up. I never thought that was cool, but cleaning them, sure, why not? So here's what we'll do. Here is what we're going to do next. I want to do the Blaine's Charizards, you guys. So this one's cool. I bought this one. Yeah, I know. It is. It's like, it's a bunch of words. It's like somebody's always training somebody. You know what I mean? And the fact that, you know, I'll give it to PSA. They got the market. They could basically do anything. They could double their prices tomorrow. And since that's where the population lies, they did it. It's almost like it just coast, I assume. You know what I mean? Yeah, no. You know what? I appreciate it. Somebody wrote Kurt's Grading Company. I don't even really care about grading. I just like cards, and I like making them look better. I did all the grading stuff for my first couple of years of Kurt's Card Care because my first critics would say, "Oh, you'll never get a card graded," and I'm like, "Okay, sure." You know, I've done this for years, and I've graded thousands of cards, so that's where I was like real heavy on it. Now it's almost like I just want to show you guys cleaning them, and I don't even want to like promote grading services really, you know. I like collectors. I like you guys. I like cards. I like hobby talk, you know, stuff like that. But grading, whatever. It is what it is. And I know it's needed to prove the card is real, and I know it's needed to get the most money for your card. So both legit things. But I don't even sell cards. I just buy too many of them. So here's what I bought. This one. I thought this one looked good. I love trying to buy a card that I feel like I look at it through the internet pictures and think it can be a 10. So I'm gonna I'm gonna tell you something. I don't think it's gonna be a 10, but I think it could be close. So like, and I don't even, but like, check this out. There is a little white, you guys, Pokemon collectors, if you get a little white edge, it's permanent, man. It's missing a little bit of the blue paint, but it's pretty dang close. You know what I mean? So what I saw on this card was, I just want to clean the back because you remember the guys, you Pokemon collectors always send me those spots. See all the little like moldy little spots on the card? Has those. And then the only other thing, there's just a little light play in the holographic area. So I'm just going to card spray front and back, and then we will polish the hologram or the holographic area, see what it looks like. Yeah, you're exactly right, Toffee. I think it would be in the 9.5 range. I do. I think it's right up there, you know. So I used to like Beckett. I don't know what happened to them. You guys use Beckett cards or Beckett grading services anymore? You know what's a funny thing about Beckett, since we're talking about grading companies? I have pretty much my job now, you guys, is now answering 1 million messages a day, which I appreciate you. I appreciate the messages, you know. Oh, the Gretzky's coming. Hang tight. But I was just wondering, do you guys still use Beckett? Do you like it? And do you feel that they're accurate with your grading? So tell me if you guys don't mind. Oh, cheers, you guys. I'm thirsty back here drinking Monster tonight. Cheers. Yeah, that's almost big city. That's what I say. Beckett who? You know, like that. Talk about when the entrepreneurs leave and leave the name behind. That place, man. It's like that's what happens with these big companies. The culture falls out of them. And it's like all the companies that I like have a good culture, you know, and or at least they attempt to have one. These places just don't have it, you know. And the reason I ask is because I don't know if you guys ever noticed this, but my point is, the reason I brought up Beckett, and if you guys are happy with them still, I have collectors that don't know anything about Kurt's Card Care that will contact me because somebody refers them. So like what will happen is people that have collected cards for a long time, all right, and get cards graded through Beckett, they'll stay loyal, right? So if you start grading with Beckett years ago, you'll probably keep going, right? So I had some like long time Beckett collectors, and I'm not being dramatic, seriously, like a couple times a week, will reach out to me and say, hey, so-and-so referred me to reach out to you. I sent in all my cards to Beckett, and I sent in 10, and 5 of them got sent back altered. And then I'll naturally say, well, why? Like, what happened to them? And they're like, I don't know, man. I just buy boxes of Bowman Chrome, and we pull out the hits and send them to Beckett. And I'm like, so you never touched them or anything like that? I'm like, you didn't mess them up or anything? They're like, no, never. And they'll send me the little Beckett slip, and Beckett sends the little slip, and every single one of them says rolled corners. Like, it's an epidemic with Beckett. Like, remember when a card would have a little ding in the corner and a grading company would just grade it down? Beckett's like, oh, altered. These guys never even cleaned a card. Like, these people that reach out to me with this Beckett stuff, they've never even cleaned a card in their life. So it's not like something that they're not messing up their cards or hurting them or whatever. They're just getting a massive amount of stuff kicked back from Beckett, and they say that on every one of them. So I noticed it on a lot of baseball cards. So I was just wondering if you guys ever had that happen to you. But if I'm going to, my personal favorite looking slab is Beckett. I think they make the nicest looking slabs. I always liked them. And I grew up with Beckett magazine, so I do have a soft spot for them. I always thought they were awesome. National, what's up, big guy? I won't be in Philly this weekend, man. I am going to be in Michigan for like the next month straight, at least, because my kids are all in sports. I got high schoolers and middle schoolers, so sports are going on. I'm looking at this little crap up here, guys. I'm trying to get that off. It is not. Oh, there we go. I just had to actually be intentional. All right, we're good there. All right, so. Oh, yeah, you know what? I just read that. Yeah, you're in, good comments tonight and good going back and forth. I don't know what it was, guys. My lights just all turned off, so 1 second. But I did see a tag slab. They're nice. But you know what? Don't you guys think that, there's, even if you had the nicest, even if Tom Brady made a grading company or something, or just metaphorically, no one would give a shit because the population is already set with PSA. So that's why I think it's there's nothing you can do. It's it's it. Unless PSA does something crazy, obnoxious, illegal or something, they're never going to go away. And I don't want them to go away. I mean, they're fine, I guess. You know what I mean? But I think that anybody that was hey, let's invest together into a new grading company, I think it's just throwing money in the trash. You know what I mean? It's never, ever going to happen. And anybody that looks at those is always going to say, yeah, it's in that slab, but, I got to get it into a PSA because they trained you. They did it, Yo, what's up, everybody? And if you guys are just joining, what's up, man? Thanks for being here tonight, guys. So here's what I'm doing. I'm going to put some, I'm going to see if I can get these little light play out of this Blaine's Charizard. It's got a little bit. This card's almost perfect. And then hang with me. I want to do this, one of my favorite cards of all time. I saved it for you guys. I'm going to try to get that crease out. All right, so hang with me. I'll keep moving. Oh, yeah. Remember Denver? Yeah, Tough Stuff. I remember Tough Stuff. I liked all those. I remember that was my favorite thing, my favorite store in the world. If anybody, chances of anybody knowing this store or anybody I grew up with watching is probably slim. But my store growing up was Superstar Sports in Hamburg, good old Hamburg, Michigan. And we loved that place, just loved that place. But I'd go up there, buy the Beckett's, buy the Tough Stuff, buy a million packs of Fleer basketball cards, never pulled anything good. And every time I ever pulled anything decent, the guy working the counter would buy it off me because I was stupid. And I would just sell it for probably pennies on the dollar and then buy more packs off the guy. But you know what? Gotta start somewhere, right? Looks good, but I want to do another application here. It's cool after being able to polish up a card like this. It's 24 years old. Looks really good. This one's been kept in really good condition. But I just want to get it all cleaned up. Oh, yeah, you guys, so I think is Vince. So you guys see how I put card polish on here? I'm just letting it hang out for a second, and then I'll wipe it away. And if you guys ever forgot, if you were doing a couple cards at a time and you like left some card polish on there, don't worry, just put some more on there if it dried on there, and you'll wipe it right off. And that's another thing, you two guys, like that I wanted. If anybody's watching here and going, hey, what is this stuff, man? And like, is it like some makeup you're slapping on this card? No, it's kind of like the opposite. It's pulling off anything that would be on this card, and it's not like a cover up or a makeup. It's gonna pull off 24 years of hopefully oxidation and just atmosphere and get it looking like showroom clean. You know what I mean? So I get that question a lot, and I appreciate it, because if you guys left card polish on a card, it would turn bright white. So it's not something you put on a card and leave. That's good. That's what I was missing, you guys. All those little kind of like cool holographic little pops back there. Looks sweet. Well, sometimes it's just a quick cleanup, but that's what I wanted to do tonight, to show you guys that it's not always like a 3-day process or something. All right, so let's move on to the Wayne Gretzky. All right, so 1 second, you guys. I'm just moving my stuff around. Alrighty. I don't know what's up with my lights tonight, man. I got them plugged into my desk, and they keep on like flicking off. I don't know what the deal is. So, all right. So, Pokemon lovers, appreciate you guys, and I'm always getting asked, about some TCG stuff. So I hope this is a real one and a good one for you guys. Yeah, right? Isn't that cool? And that what we just do? We just did 2 polishes. That's it. But look at it, guys. It's fresh. Good looking card. There we go. All right. So let's move this one out of the way and get to Wayne Gretzky. All right. So 1 second, you guys. So let me get all the stuff that I'm wanting to get going on over here, right? Oh, yeah, thanks, you guys, for anybody asking. It means a lot to me if you guys ask me, like, if I could do your stuff for you. I can do a lot for you. I tell you that. I'll answer your questions every time. I'll respect you. I will never leave you hanging. I'll give you a crazy service. I'll tell you stuff to do, but I just can't do it for you, all right? So I'll teach you how to do it, you guys, so you can always just add this to your collection and know how to take care of a hobby and your cards that you really like. So I got the Gretzky, you guys. It was slabbed. Ready? That's what it was. I got it on an auction. It was a PSA 2. I cracked it out today. Good question. Yep, Derek, it's the 79. It's the OPC Wayne Gretzky rookie. And you guys are good. You're right. It was a graded card. Because I'll tell you what, I don't like buying ungraded cards, because I'm always afraid they're going to be like trimmed or something stupid. You know what I mean? So that's why I always will buy something raw. But here's what I'll give you guys an idea of why I bought it. So it's a 2, and sorry, it's a little close. It's 2, and it looks really good. Centering's not perfect. Nothing's perfect. If it's a 2, it's kind of like leaning far, you know what I mean? But like the corners, I want to show you guys something. We're going to do the corners tonight. And then just kind of like, I'm not sure what we're going to do with this one tonight. I always write up a game plan, and my game plan was like, yes, no, this, that. I was scratching all over the place, so I didn't have a huge game plan for this one. So I figured, let's just turn on the video camera and go live, and we'll just figure it out. Okay, let me answer a question real quick. Big Country. Kurt, what do you do if a card doesn't seem to pull in the cleaner. Don't seem to see the bubbles. Dent's not pushing out. Tell me, Big Country, what type of card are you working on? Let's start there. So you guys, for this one, here's what I'm thinking. I have worked on 79 OPC cards many, many times. And I find that soaking them works very well. But I didn't want to just soak it tonight and be like, all right, guys, that's it. Good night. I don't want to soak it if I don't have to. If I can just get this to go away, freehand, we're done. Like, yay. I don't have to come back tomorrow 10 times and look at it, or the next day or the next day. And trust me, I enjoy that. And if I have to do it, I have to do it. But do I want to? No. I just want to get that to go away. So I'm going to show you guys how to do a freehand on a ridge like that, and we'll see how good we do. It might be 2 or 3 steps, you know what I mean? Big Country, I've had Derek's on here. Derek, last night, Derek was trying to soak 23 Prism football? Thing won't take in moisture at all. But you put it in 23 Prism basketball and it soaks in 12 minutes. So I'd have to take a look, Big Country. Maybe after tomorrow, or maybe send me another picture. But Derek, who's on here, my buddy Derek, was doing the same thing yesterday, and he actually fixed something pretty well. So send me a picture tomorrow. I'll take a look, all right? But, yeah, see, practicing others first. They didn't seem to soak. That's wild, because they must have, you guys, I'm getting asked about soaking a modern card. But, yes, see, you see D-Rock Jag. You see Big Country, that's my buddy Derek. I'll let you guys, connect. Maybe, Derek, you could give him a little bit of friendly advice, because that was weird. Some of them just won't, you know what I mean? But anyways, you guys, we'll get to the Wayne Gretzky, and here's what I want to do first. I want to lightly get the crease a little bit damp with card spray, and I wanted to see if we can just massage it into place. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't even think PSA likes cards, dude. I don't even think they like collectors. They like money, and they like a lot of it. You know what I mean? So don't worry about them. So let's see what I want to do here. I want to get a couple things out that I'm going to need. Let's dig in. I'm digging through here. If you're like, what is he doing? We're going to need a card tool. We're going to need... I need one more thing. I'm going to need this. I'm going to need this. Hey, I got a question that says, how best way to unstick a pack of cards from each other. Do you know what I did last week? I did a video on that if you want to watch. I put them in a cigar humidor, and I left them overnight, and it worked. Then I had other guys tell me they put them in a freezer, and that worked. So, but the humidity worked great. So I put it in a cigar humidor. It was a pack of 93 Fleer, and by the morning, they all opened up, and it was nice. Hey, Trey, I did do the Charizard. Look how nice we got that bad boy looking. So it's on here. And then the Pikachu is resting right now. The Pikachu's right here. And we're going to have to check on that tomorrow because it was super beat up. The Pikachu's all wrinkled, has dents in it. So I'm just trying to show you guys what's kind of the breaking point. How many things can we get out of a Pokemon card. I think that that Pikachu will be a good one to look at because I bet you some stuff will go away, and I bet you we'll have a couple permanent hits on there. But you guys can use that information to kind of understand what works and what doesn't. So let's get in here. So what I want to do first, you guys, is just get a little card spray, and I'm gonna I'll get you guys a better view, but I want to show you how I do this. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get the applicator saturated. And thanks everybody, guys, for watching tonight. I am Kurt, and my channel is Kurt's Card Care. I appreciate it. And a couple things, you guys, if you like watching stuff like this and you're like, I got a different type of card. I don't have a Wayne Gretzky card, but I have a old baseball card or a modern era stuff. What do I do there? If you guys don't mind, follow me on my YouTube page, kurtzcardcare.com, and it will be, I keep everything on playlists so you guys can find teaching demos quickly. And then I'm going to show you something tonight on my website too. And the reason you get, let me zoom in. And the reason that I use moisture, you guys, for stuff like this is because I don't want to create friction. You know, I just want to do, this is bad as hell. You guys look at this. It's already starting to, I don't want to get ahead of myself, but that was a really, I placed it in there well. It worked really well in that little spot. You guys, these little Q-tip applicators, I get these on Amazon. I get almost everything. I like these mats, the plates, all the stuff you guys I get on Amazon. And I think somebody will probably drop you a link. Michelle might have already be on it. But make sure you stock up your toolbox. You guys, you can never have enough like applicators like this, cottons, you know, any little tool. I like these because you see how you guys it started off sharp at the front. I got it like I can bring the I kind of treat these like a paintbrush. If you guys paint it all, like I can bring it back to a point, or I can dull it down if I just want to use. I rarely ever use the sharp part. You know what I mean? I just kind of soften it up just so it's, I don't know, it makes sense to me. And so now I'm working through the sleeve, if you guys can see this. I'm using just the side of my card tool and I'm holding it like this. And pressure, like next to none. I'm really just dancing across this ridge and just trying to gently tuck it back in is all I'm trying to do. So it's still wet, you guys, so you'll see it because it's wet. But starting to get it to go down, starting to get it to move a little bit. The part that's the most heavy is right there by my thumb. So you guys, these are the OP-Chi cards. They have, if you guys look at the edges of OP-Chi cards, they have weird cuts to them. So it looks like somebody cut it out themselves. They might have, I have no idea. I've heard stories that they use like weird wonky cuttings. But if you get an OP-Chi card and you have weird wonky cut edges, it's just the way it is. So there are, like up here, if you guys were like looking at those going, oh, like try to work those down. No, just leave them. That's exactly how OP-Chi cards from 79-80 were cut. They were cut weird. You know, what is that what it was, Denver? Wire cutting? Is that how it worked? Yeah, it wasn't the oh, no problem, John. This is the we're using card spray on this, okay? Good question. Yeah, Pat, I figured Pat would know the answer to that one. So good job, Pat. Was that what it was? Some sort of wire cutting? And the blades are dull, all the above. I think that we all like cards better than the people that make them. I think we like cards better than the people that make them and more than the people that grade them. I'll tell you that. So what I want to do now is just kind of working over it, almost like, I guess I say painting. You know, I'm just I hope you guys got a good view. I know it's a little bit hard to see. I'm doing my best for you guys. Sorry. But now I'm just going to keep on gently kind of just massaging this ridge. Use your finger too. You want to feel. You know what I mean? You want to follow. You want to feel if when I started this, it had a big bump, right? Or you don't know that. I mean, I'm telling you that. I can't feel it anymore, but I can still see it. So I'm hoping it'd be sweet to make this thing look even a little bit better is cool with me. But I like buying these in low grades because they aren't cheap. You know what I mean? I mean, they're not cheap, but like they're still like yeah. I think this was like $500 or $600 or something like that. But I just make them look a little bit better and then just display them on my wall. You know what I mean? So like, I could never have a hobby or a project that I don't. Let me show you guys this trick too. I'll use the way that I'll kind of keep on going at it is I'll put little dots. I'll kind of like almost do it all up and down that. You see how I got those little dots right there? Let's just let them hang out for a second. Oh, hey, Trey, but dude, I buy the cards graded, Trey, to make sure it's real. So I just crack them out. I just buy them in a low score, so they're affordable. And when you buy them in a low score, you're guaranteed to have stuff that you can like work on it. You know what I mean? I don't think ever in my life I will ever buy or want to buy an OPG Wayne Gretzky that's graded an 8 or a 9 or a 10. This I would never would. I love cards, but I don't love them that much, the value that much. I'd always buy stuff like this because I get to do it with you guys, or just it's more fun to me. I'm a hands-on collector. I don't really just like to stare at them. And why buy a 10 when you can like make one? Don't you know what I mean? Or save one. I always feel it's like a trophy when that happens. And thanks for watching, you guys. Sometimes it's hurry up and wait. You know what I mean? Just that's part of the gig. What I'm trying to do is I'm going to get this crease just through my little dots I'm putting down here. I'm going to get it a little bit saturated. And then we might get towards the part where I'm going to have to hold it for the evening and take a look at it. Because what I want to do is I want to let some of this moisture. Is that right, Derek? A 9 is 132K. Yeah, see, like I'll buy one for 500. That's more fun for me. And I don't care. I don't care who you are. Still, $500 is a lot of money to me, and it always feels like a lot of money, So, yeah, that sucks, man. That somebody had 3 Gretzkys of that card and 2 got sent back as fake. I think it's one of the most faked. I think it's most, and you're right, the 10 Gretzky would never regrade a 10 because it probably got graded how many years ago, Remix? Like years and years ago. It'd probably be like a 6 now. That is one thing that, like, I don't expect everybody to be on here for every word I speak, but we were talking about that earlier in the show, is grading companies, I noticed, they just get harder and harder and harder on the grades. But then you'll send in a modern card with 2 dimples and a scratch on it, and they'll get a PSA 10. You know what I mean? But you'll send in a sweet kick-ass vintage card that's like this spectacular, and it will get a 4 or a 5, and you're like, what? And then you look up the card and PSA 6s and 7s that were graded 10 years ago, and you're like, holy shit, mine's way better than these. Why can't I get those grading? Why can't I get that grading action? This is coming out really good, guys. I'm glad I was able to do this with one with you, because I know when I like make my videos, I'll show you what I'm doing, but I know you want to kind of get to the end of it, or pick up what you need to pick up and use it. So really, thanks guys for being here on the live shows and doing this stuff with me live. It's fun. So it's wet, all right? It's wet. You're gonna see the wet part, but check this out. See how it's starting to kind of like open up and look a little softer? You can totally see. I wouldn't want you guys to think it's like, hey, it's gone. It's not. It was very defined. You see how it's getting softer? So I think that when it dries, we should be able to get a nice tight surface. Hopefully. Hopefully. Yeah, that'd be cool. Derek, to get a better, to be able to improve it nicely. I don't know, what do you guys have? And it's judgment-free zone here, because I get judged all the time, so I could care less how you guys collect and what you do. As long as you're good to each other and don't steal and rip people off, we're cool. I don't care if you buy cards and sell them tomorrow. Remember, don't you get like some of these snobs that think it's bad if you sell cards, but it's almost like you got to hold on to them for a long time to be cool or something? So my question is, what do you guys do with your collections? Are you guys like mainly on here? Or do you guys buy and sell quickly? Do you guys hoard stuff? Like, what's your mode? And like I said, there's no right answer because it's your life. Live it however you want to, you know what I mean? But I'm just curious, like, what do you... Me personally, I'll give you my story. I don't know what I'm ever going to do with my collection. I had some of the great, I still do, but I'm always buying cool shit. But years ago, I sold some of the greatest cards in the world for a low price before 2016, 17. I had some of the greatest cards in the world. And I sold a bunch of them. I made money, but now they're 3 times the price, and it breaks my heart that I got rid of them. So now I don't even really look at card values unless I'm buying one, and then I just hoard them and prep them. You know, that's kind of, and I got piles of them. You know what I mean? Sorry guys, keep hitting my little camera here. So that's cool. So like, I just want to take a look. So when it comes to, so hoarder, buy and hoard. Where's the sellers on here, man? And if you guys are sellers, like, what's the best stuff to sell? You guys like selling old stuff, new stuff? Is it always like kind of like the new rookies? Is that where you got to get in and they have a couple good games and you sell them? You know what I mean? So I'm just curious how it goes, man. I always like learning stuff from you guys too. Let me take a look here. Tyson, you can use card polish on the non-holographic Pokemon cards. Absolutely. Because like, so for example, we did this one tonight. The whole part down here, the front and back, see how it's nice and shiny? We use polish on the front and the back. No problem there. So do both sides. And if you guys need any advice or tips or anything like that, please go check out my website. We just redid it. And look at, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to show you something. We're going to go to the website together right now because I'm waiting for that little line to dry. So while the line is drying, we're going to kurtzcardcare.com, okay? So hang tight. Here's what we're doing. So here's what I want you guys to do. I love answering your questions, and I will, but I don't always want you to have to wait for me because I feel bad about making you hang. So check this out. If you collect modern stuff, you're going to go to the modern era. And I have stuff laid out on here, you guys, of like what you can do and what doesn't work. Because it's nice to know what works, but I want to tell you what doesn't work. And then I know I have thousands of videos, right? So I narrowed down like 4. I'm like, watch these 4. And these are going to get you going on like the big things you can do with a modern card. And then, you know, we talk about modern plasticky cards. Then we talk about modern paper cards. Like, I know 93 is not that modern, but it's not a vintage paper card, you know what I mean? So these have a different technique and different things like that. So it's all there for you, okay? And then we have the do's and the don'ts, because I don't want you to mess anything up. I want you to have fun doing this and not be afraid of it. And then, you know, same deal. If you collect TCG, you know, I got everything on there for you. And I don't, like, you don't have to watch my video. It's only like 2 minutes, but it's like, it's much better than reading a bunch of paragraphs, you know what I mean? So, and then there we go. So make sure you guys, if you need, go check this stuff out for me. And then our giveaway, I got a giveaway going this month, so click on that. We're doing a kit giveaway at the end of the month. All right, let me flip this thing back in the right position. Come on, Wayne Gretzky. Let me go back to my questions, you guys. I'm sorry if I missed anybody. I'm going to answer them. Hey, thanks, Mentally the Third, that you like the new website. Thank you. And hey, Clayham, I get that. You like to keep them, but your wife wants you to sell them too. Dude, I'm married. I get it. You know, I bought a lot of cards in the past. My wife was like, I thought you're supposed to buy cards to like hold on to them and they gain value, then you sell them. I'm like, yeah, but they gain some value and I don't want to sell them now. You know, so I don't buy out of my means. I love cards that are, you know, sometimes I will get stuff in the couple thousands, but mainly, guys, it's going to be in the hundreds. And I just, because I like stuff that needs some love. And I did get somebody to ask me if I could fix up that top white edge. Nope, don't want to touch the top white edge on an OPG card, you guys. So if it was like a modern era Prism card or something like that, sure. But these are paper, and the paper goes right up to the paint. And if you start picking at these edges, you're going to start chipping off the blue paint. Then you're going to be freaking pissed off, you know, and it's just going to be like, ugh, you know what I mean? How long does a spray bottle last? good question. So like Josh, if you just use it to like wipe down the fronts of cards like this, or just like probably 300 pumps you could get out of this thing. But if you need to soak a full card, you could go through it quickly. But like tonight, all we used it is to wipe off the front of the cards, and I'm using it to like work on this this crease that we got going on here. So crease is a pain in the ass, right? So here's what I want to do, you guys. What I wanted to do is at least try to get it a little bit in place, and we're gonna have to go to a soak, not a soak, a semi-soak, and I'm gonna have to check it in the morning. But what I want to do first is I just want to get a little bit of a head start on the edges and corners. And you might be going, why are you doing this when you're going to put it between the pads? You're right, it will probably go into shape, but I just like to do it manually. I just like to get the corners in shape before I put it between the pads. So what I'm going to do tonight, guys, is I'm just going to put a little bit of card spray on. I'm going to put a little spray on the front of this and just see if it will work itself out overnight. And you know what? It might not. I might even have to soak the damn card, which, you know, like I said, I'm making it sound like it's that hard. It's not hard. It's just fun when you can work something out quickly. Like, I don't know if you guys watch all my stuff, but like the other day I had a wrinkle like this on a Nolan Ryan, and I was able to get it out in like 10 minutes. This one's just a little tough. So it's part of the gig when you work on cards, but that's why you got to have a plan A, B, and C. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to put card spray on my mat. I want to get a clean mat like this. We're going to use this. So what I did, you guys, I just put about 3 sprays on here. I got it a little bit more wet than the Pokemon card because you can mess up the surface of Pokemon. They're very sensitive to moisture. So this card, not as sensitive to moisture, all right? So what I'm going to do is we're going to close this up like this. And I was hoping I could get even further with you guys on this one tonight, but I'm just going to listen to the card because if I keep on just doing that, there's not really any point. It's just going to keep on doing the same thing. So what I did was, it was nice to get the defined kind of like sharpness out of it. I got it soft. It's holding card spray, and I think that just by clipping it up and holding it tonight should probably do a trick, or at least make a nice improvement on it. And if you guys ever want to work on a 79 OPG, they're fun. You know, buy a base card like I always say. You know, but like I worked on a ton of base cards ever buying the Wayne Gretzky, and they've always come out really nice. It's a good card to work with. You can polish the fronts. They take a soaking well. And I'll keep you guys posted on this one because I know this is like one of the, especially if a hockey player or a hockey collector, it's like seeing the Michael Jordan rookie. It's like one of the coolest hockey cards ever. You know what I mean? If you guys don't mind, I'm going to read a couple questions here real quick. Hey, good question. 5-star wager. Do you know how to get marker Sharpie off a 66 Batman? No, man. Probably not. Sharpie is... What's up, you guys? Yo. Thanks for joining tonight, you guys. Let me do this if you don't mind. I stand up and work, so I'm going to hit my seated desk, and we're going to sit down, and I'm going to answer the rest of these questions with you guys, if that's cool. And hey, when you guys work on cards, you guys stand up or sit down? I don't know. It's always been a kind of a standing thing for me. I guess I just have a better feel for it, but whatever way is cool. If you guys don't mind, it's hard for me to read off the phone, so I'm going to be looking up here, so sorry about the weird shot. Trey, on the website, on my website, you can get and you know, any of the stuff that I make, but also on the website it will have links to like the plates, the pads, all that stuff. I get all this stuff on Amazon, but I know it's probably hard just to go to Amazon and start searching for this type of stuff, so I have it all sourced for you. So if you don't mind, jump on my website, kurtzcardcare.com, and it's under products we love. All right. Oh, I got a question. What about deep surface scratches on a clearly Donruss? I don't have any suggestions, man. Unfortunately, it's a plastic card, so when plastic gets scratched, almost all scratches, you guys, if anybody is like on here that hasn't worked on cards before, or if you're like, hey, I got some that are, I might want to get some of this stuff because I got scratched up cards. Usually it's not going to pull out a ton of scratches. It's going to be, I say that, but like on light play on Pokemon cards is the best I've ever been able to really get scratches out. Plastic cards, modern chrome style cards, when you see a visible scratch it's cut into the card, it's pretty much in there. And I know guys will use like abrasive polishes like Meguiar's Scratch X's and stuff like that. I would be very careful or I advise you maybe not even try anything like that. If you try to sand down a surface like that, you're just going to be eating it down. And cards are too thin for that stuff. It works fantastic on your car or your truck, but it's just going to, you'll just F it up. You know what I mean? So I would it sucks. You know what I mean? It's just some cards are just scratched up. You know what I mean? Yes, I did. Good points. I got somebody say, don't you usually semi-soak both sides? Yeah, you can. I just did the front on this one tonight because that's there's nothing really, there's not much going on the back. I'm going to probably take this you guys out after I turn off the video, and I'm like a control freak, so I'm just going to like look at everything one more time. I might hit the back pad with a little light spray, but good point, good observation. Sometimes when I do a live show, I'm like, I'm pretty good, but I'm like, still like, I'll hang up from a live show and I'll be like, did I say everything right? Did I mention what I was doing? Did I do stuff in the right order? So give me a little grace. Sometimes it's like, I'm always, I'm about 90% accurate, 95% accurate when doing all this stuff. But yeah, I think you guys, here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I owe you. I'm going to show you the Wayne Gretzky, of course, because that was my favorite one to get to. The Charizard looks real good. If you missed any of the stuff, it's going to be recorded so you guys can watch it anytime. And I will put it on YouTube probably tomorrow or the next day, all right? But I just wanted to sincerely tell you guys, like, I appreciate you so much and thank you guys for just being supportive and cool or just open-minded and wanting to learn more about, safe and effective ways to work on paper and plastic, aka our crazy little collections, and I'm an open book, so if you have questions you can hit me up anytime. And I do this week in, week out because I sincerely want to show you guys all the things that I've just learned how to do over the years because I love doing it, and I assume I'm not the only one, so feel free to pick it up and run with it. So yes, okay, Dan, of course, go Lions. The Lions didn't play very good last weekend, but it's okay. I think we're gonna have more wins than losses, and that's good for a Lions fan that had to deal with shit his whole life watching the worst football team ever. It's like, I feel like me and Browns fans have stuff in common. I see somebody wearing a Browns shirt, I'm like, I know, dude. Trust me, I know. So couldn't the Browns and the Lions play each other in the Super Bowl? Wouldn't that be amazing? Browns are AFC, aren't they? The Lions are NFC. Yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be the best Super Bowl. Nobody would watch it unless you're from Detroit or Cleveland. Oh, gosh. All right. Well, hey, guys, thank you. I appreciate you. Take care of yourself. Take care of somebody else. Take care of your cards. And I'll talk to you real soon. I'm Kurt with Kurt's Card Care.